So this time we're not losing any health, alright guys? Chop chop.
It's already too late.
Nah, you said for the whole case it's already done, poor nigga.
Oh, well, I'm saying it again. We're not
You're
losing
black
any.
nigga.
Dude, I can't believe that. Adrian, no way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off, alright? The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
Yeah, and instead of gripping your log, she could have also easily planted the blood-covered button in your Akama too.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up?
And,
dude, you're saying it was really her?
yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
I mean, she has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about, dude?
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright though. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day, and that's on me. That's on me. That's on myself.
Yonder.
Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Penis. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yeah, let's go with that. You feel me? Miss Andrews depending on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself.
Look at her feet, though.
It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it. Is Juan Corrida the victim of this murder? That's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to the Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? God damn, she's bad. Who was it that first told us about their relationship? That it stated Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. Nay. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Yeah.
Gosh, I just imagine like Curly and what's her name, Maya, both summoning Mia back to back, and just how disgusting the animation would.
I mean, you could look it up.
Don't do that.
It late.
Imagine.
Do it after we're done with it.
Ezra stands up.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by the court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room.
Hey, bitch.
What is your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engard.
On guard.
Let me turn you up real quick.
I see. Now then.
Chicken sandwich.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. And would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land.
Hilarious.
This dude.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter? Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
Right,
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I am. I think there's someone who would differ.
Wow, they changed that line in this version.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
I think in the original version, she says, I think someone will soon, or something like that.
Ah.
Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
Press.
There's a line later in this episode, and I wonder if they changed it or not, because I haven't seen it yet in this version, but whatever. When I found the body.
It was time for the show to start, so I went to go get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
The fuck?
That's kind of weird, not gonna lie.
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things seen in the crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Fifi. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yeah, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. God. Disrupt her pacing.
You have to beat her footsies, Phoenix.
She's one of those bitches who was easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
I just wanted her to be like, want to have a cat fight with her. So you have to attack her when she least expects it.
Mm-hmm.
The instant you let up on your offenses, the instant this trial is over. Understand?
So we're pressing everything, right?
Her dead ass still telling me what to do.
You gotta smack her. Just smack her.
It was time for the show to start, so I wanted to get Matt from his room.
Press.
I'm just gonna press everything.
And what was Mr. Ungord doing at this time?
He was taking a nap. It smelled like he farted. He was wearing out for the mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Samurini. Mr. Ungord did say he was taking a nap. But I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes.
Excuse me? What are you?
Right? I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Did you, Miss Adrian Andrews, remove Mr. Ungard's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
Subject and predicate, bitch ass nigga.
After that, I went to Juan's room.
Bing bing. And why did you do that? Bing bing bing.
As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Yeah.
Let's press further.
I think we should just let her be. She seems like she had a long day.
I think we should press her further.
Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? Or perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim.
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time.
Oh, bars.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess.
May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? And there was his dead body. I was in shock.
Wow.
You were in shock?
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Garritta.
Bet.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that young beauty like her will not be shocked.
Ooh,
Oh
it's
shoot, we
not.
know Edris' taste. We know
Somehow I
Edris'
don't.
taste.
Somehow I don't think. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
Bluesive.
I see.
Nigga was lost in thought with the
That was-
judge.
It was like a. It's just like a sound effect at this point. It says
What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo.
This is the photo you're referring to, correct? This young nigga was like dead and shit. It was funny.
Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
The guitar case was like this too.
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt this doll was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
Juice?
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
Niggas really just gulp that shit down, huh?
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There are no lip marks left on this wine glass. It's just anyone drank from it. This joint just were there.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking.
Nice.
Oh, you are.
Miss
Interesting.
Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time then. When you discovered the dead body of Wongarita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, right?
And what of it? My mind was really a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
That one. What one thing?
I murdered Juan Carita.
Never mind. It's no big deal.
You don't get your ass.
What was she starting to say just now? Nah, I ain't letting that gizzo.
I think what she said is right. You know, it's no big deal. We should just let.
Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime.
I poured juice, nigga.
What I really want to know is what this mistake is.
Actually, so would I.
Damn. I'm sorry. It's just, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime scene photo? This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
Bogo.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
I was the one who knocked the
Edward's
flower
pissed.
vase over where it fell onto the guitar case.
Gross.
And shit. Yes. What kind of flower vase was it? I'm kind of curious. Might buy one for my
It was a
wife.
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down in the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
Cap.
That's what she would like people to think.
Wasn't
Always be
wasn't he
mindful
just,
of the gap between your perception and reality.
Wasn't he just thinking that? How does she respond?
And your tooth ugly
That's how
nigga.
they always do. They always respond. Because they're like psychic or some shit.
It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're gonna catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find
Hear that?
something. I just have to, for Maya's sake.
Pressing
Let's
her
go to the
ain't
last one.
shit. I'm just kidding. It did.
Let's go to the last line.
Mhm.
Present.
Mhm. Look at
Okay,
the
so
guitar
she
case.
said she was the one that knocked over the vase, and I'm guessing the vase had a water in it, which would explain why there's some water on top of the lid.
Mhm.
I didn't know where else to go after that, honestly.
But you see,
Wasn't it
if
open?
the
According to
thing
that?
was open, shouldn't there be water inside of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got a point there.
Silly Willy.
Present.
Well, yeah.
Wait, do we
Yeah.
present here?
I mean,
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah, she presents the guitar.
That's cap. We're losing health. Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh
Our
my god, I
table
can't
is-
wait, bro. I can't wait. You testified
singing.
that you knocked. Fuck. You testified that you knocked the platinum.
Oh
You
yeah.
knocked the flower race over.
The
Is that
the
correct?
crime photo would have worked.
Hello.
What?
Moving on. Moving on.
The crime photo would have worked too. I'm gonna ignore that sound I just heard. That was the wind.
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem. That problem big as fuck. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water.
Mike loves that.
However, that's exactly what is so strange.
Well, like water.
Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell into the guitar case. However,
Bars.
yeah, you know me. If that's true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside, you dumbass motherfucker.
Dumbass bitch.
I want her to be wet on the inside.
That is very true.
Furthermore, there is a strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Where the remains of the case are scattered on the floor. And what's wrong with
And,
Okay.
And what's wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass jar should be inside, not outside the case.
Whoa.
It took 5 years to say that.
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed the time of the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
No, dumbass nigga. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, well, the guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Mr.
Yes.
Testify.
Come up in the spot looking extra fly.
The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I'll be right back.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright.
What? Okay.
Alright. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. Deadass.
The guitar case.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. You tell me, nigga.
I don't think you can say that word.
Looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This was wastefulness and such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Weren't you supposed to be a defense attorney?
Why you be
That's
losing,
what I'm
bitch
saying.
ass nigga? I don't even know why you talking your shit for. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross examination.
Wait, what do you mean by that, Darian?
Didn't he say at the end of the last game he was going to be a defense attorney?
That's not at all what he said. I don't know where you got that from. He said when he grew up, he wanted to be a defense attorney, but he, after what happened to his dad, he hated defense attorneys because the person that was defending, at the time, he didn't know who actually killed his father. So like the person defending Yanni Yogi wasn't a good person. Like he didn't believe Yanni Yogi at all, and he told Yanni Yogi to tell some bullshit to get him off the case, to get him off the hook.
Yeah.
So he hated defense attorneys, which is why he became a prosecutor.
I just thought
I
he
feel
wanted
like
to
he
stop
said
the
that at the end of
prosecutor.
the last game, and you're trying to like.
Maybe you should
Cover
rewatch
it
it
up.
then, Darian.
Cover it
Say
up.
that.
Okay.
I feel like he want
He
Dottie
might have
wanted to at least
he might have
stop being a
considered
prosecutor.
he might have considered wanting to be a defense attorney, but he never said he was going to go through with it.
Oh, okay.
If anything, he was talking about quitting altogether because he didn't like this environment anymore.
Yeah.
I sense.
and yet
I
he
sense.
is.
Plot.
I
I'm just
sense
kidding.
that you're not paying attention.
I
Anyways,
sense you should read your line.
you were the one who's. Oh my fucking god!
I'll be right back.
Damn, and then leave.
Using anyway to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed.
Did Darian
Hey,
actually?
that's
know?
fine. Next slide. Hope not.
Let him hear him.
I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over.
Press up. I suppose. Alright, bro. Clap my damn cheeks while you're at it, Miss Andrews. So, you opened the guitar case then, huh?
Yes, well maybe.
Man said ellipsis.
Why did you open the guitar case? Mr. Corrida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do was call for help, not open a guitar case.
As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
I'm back, by the way.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
But getting back on topic,
Getting back on
It's not a big deal though. The case was empty after all.
Oh,
he gonna press up, bruh.
was it really empty? Asking if what the fuck?
Hello?
I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have
Longer
a
than-
little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Let's slide to us.
My bad.
I wasn't gonna say it, but as for
Yeah.
why I opened the case, even I don't know.
Bruh, that's
What the fuck, nigga? Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? No, I was lost in
yes, that's probably it.
I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like these. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. Guess I should give it a try. Bruh, fuck is you doing? We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now. This is our chance. Yeah, I mean, if we had a weapon to hit her with, you get it, you get it. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found.
Just throws the gun at her. I'm just kidding, we don't have
Hits
a
her with a
gun.
thinker.
We didn't press that, so we didn't press. I don't even know why I skipped that, to be honest. Well, I had an idea, but anyway, during your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Well, you see,
Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Miss Andrews?
yes, it was me.
Alright. So what we got real quick.
So wait, what are we trying to prove? Or contradict her with shit? I don't know.
Well, you see, she is claiming that she was a bit dazed and she opened the guitar case, for funsies, on some meme shit.
Got that. Now what are we trying to contradict?
Oh,
No, let's look at the guitar case.
we got a spitter on the loose. We got a spitter on our hands.
Would it have said that her fingerprints were on there since she
Should've.
opened it?
Oh yeah, you got a good point. It doesn't have your fingerprints on it.
No,
Should
before
we
we
present
go
the
gay,
guitar case?
go back.
Oh.
Alright, let's open the guitar case after now. Okay, go to the right.
Next,
It's not a big deal though. Go to the right.
next.
Go back to the second or the left one. Is that the second one or the first one? There's
This is
four
the
of these,
second
right?
one. This is the second one.
Second.
B word. We can present there, I guess. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree?
Our
Well,
case,
before we
our
do that,
case.
let's look at everything. Let's look at.
Oh my god, you're right, bro. You're right, bro.
Let's look at the badge, the attorney badge.
Bro, who the heck cares about?
You said look at everything, so we gotta include the badge.
There we get it. All right, go to the next page.
Didn't say look at everything.
Let's look at the photo. Let's take a peek. Get a better idea. All right, go back. It's mad lotion. Damn, this nigga was beating the fuck.
Bing, bing,
Yeah, I think the guitar keyboard is the best chance we got
guitar
here.
case. Bing,
Dang.
bing, bong.
Well, I'm the one that suggested it.
I'm the one.
I don't know why y'all. Never mind.
There's no way you were the ones who opened the guitar case. I mean, man, I don't like to deconsider nigga that. Yep, I made a word. Deconsider nigga
Why
shit.
would you say that? Make that word.
Well, you see, it's elementary, my dear dumbass. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Yep, gasp away.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
Is this nigga?
What?
Spitting? You shouldn't assume that I just left prints.
Hold on. Why'd you?
You
Never
shouldn't
mind.
assume.
I'm sorry, there's a lot going on in my house.
Is this nigga serious?
Is this?
Face 3 again.
You shouldn't assume. You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. That's weird.
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Like the murderer would.
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange. Or is it nothing strange? I don't
That is strange.
That's
okay.
strange.
Purple wearing gloves for my neighbor. Isn't that a little strange you were wearing gloves?
Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Oh shit.
Shit, we should have said nothing strange.
Go
Oh,
to the
you're
left.
capping because she left a fingerprint on her freaking wine glass.
Oh
That's
yeah.
bruh.
Fuck, I almost.
Go ahead.
Another one bites the bum. I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass.
The wine glass. You left the fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass, might I add. On the game.
Oh.
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, when you think it was just a little strange, like, come on, bro, that makes no sense, my gal. That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? It's just stupid as fuck.
Ah.
Damn.
Damn, high-pitched moans about her glasses.
Order, order, order.
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? Nigga? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I
And
wonder if it really was empty though.
it's invisible.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Come on, bro. Tee up, Mia. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
Blue?
I will admit it's unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all to his misguided.
Shut
Shut
the
the fuck up!
No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene, so what's up? I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
No, we're not.
If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything to do at all with this murder.
What's that? Facts? Ugh.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that
So,
Nah.
you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder?
Alright. Well. Let's look. Come on.
I don't know, the wine glass?
Don't stress yourselves out, guys.
Let's look at everything.
The wine glass. Go to the right.
I had to gently pick up that wine glass. I was gonna make a joke about the suicide note being there, but yeah.
Maybe it was the suicide note.
Oh, shit, man.
Was her suicide note hidden? Alright, let's look at everything else.
Yeah.
I don't know what else could be hidden. Actually, I don't know.
Okay.
I like the Magatama. I don't know. Was it actually the suicide note?
Nah, I don't think we need to push that yet. Because we haven't even talked about impacts. Because I'm sure they're gonna be like, well, you don't need a motive. What is your motive? And we haven't gotten there. I
I don't know, was the knife in there?
It's top. She brought it from her room. What's that on the right?
The picture from Lada that has the picture of
Can
the
we look at that?
Nickel Samurai.
Because that was after the shit, right?
The short ass Nickel Samurai.
Oh,
How did she get the
maybe the
costume?
outfit was in there. The outfit was probably in there.
I wonder why the outfit would fit in the guitar case, but
It's closed.
Why would it not?
I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Okay.
I mean, sure, it's for guitars, but I mean, clothes can fit in it.
You can put anything in there that can fit in there.
I can put my switch in there, my mic.
I'll put my attorney badge in there.
Y'all
So that might be that.
Y'all agree with this?
The picture of the Nickel Samurai.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I think so. I just exposed what the answer is.
I mean, it literally says the Nickel Samurai.
Present it.
This is a photograph.
Yeah, but what is important is what's in that picture. Your age.
Your age.
In this picture,
Doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is,
Gamer.
inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
So shit.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right? Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there to be doing something like that?
What insane point? What insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. That insane point to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? That would be silly, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support this such a preposterous idea?
Neighbor. Just outside the door was an investigating photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot correct. No, I guess you could show both.
Yeah.
You mean this photo?
What do you mean?
Blacka. Order!
But calm your big ass down.
It looks like we've wandered in quite another mess again, haven't we?
Good looks, nigga. Well,
Say that
you
word.
know my strategy. Yeah, you're right. Good job, PP. Well, you know my. Oh shit. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. You feel me?
That will never
So the
survive.
real
in
murderer
2020.
was hiding inside a costume.
I survived in 2021.
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Matt Ungard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places?
True. That is a little baffling.
To hide from the murder. That's what
What I'm
we
saying.
talking about, dumb nigga.
Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
Was it stolen? Or was it a spare? Because wasn't he still wearing it? So wouldn't
Yeah,
it be
he
a
was still
spare?
wearing it, so it would be a spare.
Yeah. Mr. Ungard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
Spare it!
What?
Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
On God. That is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
My neighbor.
It would mean that the victim himself had brought a spare to the ceremony on purpose.
That's weird.
But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jamin ninja. Why would he suddenly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
I have no idea.
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this entire time without any sense of inner monologue?
Inner monologue.
No, I'm just different. I'm just built a little different.
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself.
You stop capping.
Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Alright, Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Well, nigga, I got no damn choice. Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with guts, so I believe in you. I believe in you, babe. Alright, that's what I think. Alright, the reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
That ticket.
Oh, yeah. He was gonna confess him.
On what?
Gonna pass down the mantle.
What is this?
On the night of the murder after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was gonna hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes. The Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
Alright, bitch. But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said that he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
Nigga, are you
You're not even.
Are you crumpling saran wrap or
You're
something?
just crumpling paper at this point, dog.
I did crumble it. I was hoping you would realize.
But how can that be?
Shut up, Judge.
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. You will be. Oh shit.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
In the building. That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
He just flips off the audience.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, is going to speak about Madame Guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon?
Yes, just as you say. The press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him. That was also me.
You?
Sorry, I was looking away.
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
Petty bitch. I mean, he was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What?
Bing, bop, bing. Do you know what the secret of Mr. On Guards is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I have no idea what it was.
Ah, Cap.
He's bad.
It's faced with
I've probably been coming off quite sus to everyone,
Great.
but that's to be expected.
Among Us.
I've been trying to protect Matt, after all,
Protect Mr. On Guard.
from getting ejected.
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Protecting Matt.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer.
Loud ass cars. I'm sorry.
Christ.
Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him.
You just said a lot of cap.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type.
Uh,
We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
if the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. No Pro X.
What?
Logic Pro X.
Oh.
There's a bar.
From the moment... Yeah, my bad. I ruined it. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer.
Almost called you a slur.
Press.
Be happy that I didn't. Because then you would have to cut it out.
Just want to hear it, that's all.
And that also would have been me. And, you know. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Don't confuse my methods with... Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Oh wow, that one hurt.
If
Bitch.
you want to
Alright.
prove... If you want
Slut.
to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things.
3 things, yeah, damn nigga. Is it the
Cock,
Coulda.
dick, balling.
A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence.
Oh my gosh, here we
And
go
when
with the
you
motive
piece
bullshit
things
again. I
through,
hate
the answer becomes clear.
You should have already known that, Fifi.
You are a lawyer.
They don't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember.
And may I continue now?
Nah.
Matt had to kill Juan no matter what.
Press.
So, okay.
So, would you say that this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Juan chose the event in that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on guard.
Oh no.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
She was like, we do a little bit of trolling.
But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Can you show me any proof he didn't know about the press conference?
What the fuck? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree, Miss Andrews. Please correct your testimony, if you please.
Please, please, please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
She's emulating Edgeworth.
Who are you
I know what his
talking to? I
motive
swear-
was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right.
You're rude.
I'm
I
about to
mean,
ladder
that's...
combo this bitch off the top blast zone.
Bar, bar, bar. Has Mr. Ring Ding 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 done something to hurt or betray you personally?
Ring ding 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 ding. Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Corrida with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out.
The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right?
Your breath stinks.
What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan is none of our concern.
Damn,
Edward
that
just
actually
takes his
got to him.
breath. He was hurt.
In any case, this means that the defendant had no motive to kill.
As he pulls out
Okay.
Tic Tacs.
Why do I keep doing this to my damn self? Why am I so rude?
He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder.
Crash.
That's a neck. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that too was a lie? So you could cover for Mr. Ungard?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him from the show, he was honestly sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. My mind's like a steel trap. Though I can't say the same for people here in this courtroom, Mr. Wright. I mean, however.
Steel
You're just
beams.
glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, bitchhead.
My thoughts were
Nah, he's staring
confirmed.
at you.
My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife.
You got them
Press.
things stinging out. Of course he's staring.
Of course. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence, alright? The fingerprints on the knife simply very well be a clever camouflage.
Rip the paint.
All right, that's enough. That's enough of that, Tables.
Yeah.
Then, what about the... Oh, shit.
Nigga.
Then, what about the button?
Then, what about the button? The button?
It's
That was a
clear
receipt
from
too.
the
Hopefully I
crime
didn't need
scene
that.
the victim. Clear from the crime scene that the victim and murderer fought. During the fight, the killer ripped off the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
The button that was found on the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that it makes very decisive evidence.
Burp.
You're outfoxed again, Mr. Wrong.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove that thing.
Look at red white
Please
over here.
fix it, testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Oh, hell no.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes.
I'm telling you, she can read a
Stop
mind.
reading my mind. I'm thinking lewd things about you, woman.
Facts.
I mean, I guess she is older than him.
What?
She is.
Yeah.
What it had to do with...
Please read, Blue.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Faith wanted me to hit that
For
alley
Christ's
so
sake.
hard saying that.
That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt.
She was passing a lot. Why ain't you dunk?
Because it's slightly important. I have to
And
behave
how-
myself.
No, you're right, you're right. And how do you know that, Shad?
I don't care anymore, man.
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I've heard.
So I've heard that before too. Okay. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail?
Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not.
Oh,
Amen.
shit. She is
I
like...
thought I had her this time for sure.
She gave me
If there's
some
anything to
confidence.
trip her up on, has to be here. But where and what?
But I'm
You
Matt's
don't even- you
manager,
don't
so
even-
I felt that I had to protect him.
Let's press that anyway.
Twerking. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time? Damn, bruh. Come on, what you doing?
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it?
This wasn't going to disclose things about Mr. Ungard at any time. Why, then, would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Karita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to because Mr. Ungard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears bears ill will towards the defendant.
This isn't the Phoenix Wright Rax Philosopher Power Hour. And
Damn.
I love that
please,
show.
stop slandering the witness.
What a whack-ass title. As I
For a
expected,
whack-ass nigga.
As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because me, it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Damn.
Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now. Come on, bro, what you doing? But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews.
Oh,
Pause.
that's weird. I'll go to the fourth thing.
The fourth?
Yeah,
Where's that damn fourth testimony?
that was the one that was added, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at the evidence.
Go to the left.
Everybody look to the
Where?
left.
Where's the auto pussy?
The auto pussy.
Time of death. Strangled and shit. Stabbing a knife.
Then stab.
Oh, you gotta strangle him, ZSS.
She got the paralyzer whip, obviously.
Oh, yes. My favorite.
Wait.
So
What?
are we trying?
Wait.
So
What?
What are we trying to prove?
The button was torn off
specifically?
of Juan during the
Yeah.
fight. But he strangled the nigga. What do you need to tear this shit up for?
If he strangled him, then how would?
I mean, they could have fought before he strangled him.
Oh, you're right. Back.
You know, there's a struggle. Then he gets behind his back, maybe claps his cheeks a bit, wraps his scarf around his neck. He's like, "Oh, you like that, bitch, don't you?" Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Give me your
Like,
money.
look at her. She's reading 50 Shades of Grey as we speak.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Think
definitely into
edition.
some choking.
Go back to the autopsy.
Strangled, stabbed.
Didn't stab.
Can we look at his neck for strangle marks, bruh?
What does it say after this?
There's nothing.
After
Wait, oh.
after the fight?
That she's his manager, so I have to protect him.
What the fuck? All right, go to the left.
Wait,
Way.
Who? Who didn't have an alibi? Who is she talking about?
Matt on guard
Nigga.
doesn't have an alibi. No one knew he was sleeping but her.
That's very interesting.
I mean, Phoenix already pointed out in the fifth press that sounds like you're trying to incriminate him, you know, or get him down when he's at his lowest, and then and then
leave him.
Edgewood said, "Shut the fuck up! Stop slandering the witness."
What does the button say? Was ripped from his costume, covered with blood.
Down in the hakama.
I feel like if it's covered in blood, you don't have to
Wait.
came off after the dude got stabbed. You don't bleed from getting strangled most of the time.
Can we look at the picture of the crime scene?
I was just about to say, because there's blood on the empty spot, so it was ripped off beforehand. I don't know if that does anything or means anything, but these are the facts.
I'm guessing it was ripped off like when he after he stabbed him. Or something.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have been.
Jeff
Go
might
back.
be onto something.
Go back. Go to where Spooklet says something about the button.
Forward, you mean? Oh, that.
Let's turn up in the fight. What do you guys say
Never
about?
said the picture?
No. I think we showed the fact that the dude, homie, was strangled.
What are we gonna do? Oh, the autopsy? What?
It just doesn't fit right. Not with the stuff she was saying.
But tables.
You're right. I
Are you
fold.
guys gonna say something? Bruh, don't fold like that if you believe it.
What do you think, Darian?
Well, you know, we got the information on the button. She said it was torn off during his fight with Matt.
But clearly it
But-
wasn't.
Yeah. The button probably was torn off after he was stabbed because there's blood on it, right? And then after she took it off, you know, the remaining blood dripped down to the spot where the button previously was. Makes sense.
I think we should present the picture, honestly. Crime floor.
Darian, tables.
I don't think so. I think it's that autopsy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
All right, explain your reasoning so I can agree with you.
Well, I feel like, cause she said before we switched this shit. What did she say?
What, switch the line of the text?
I just feel like the timing is off here, and I feel like that's like because out of the other stuff she said, well, let's see if we're supposed to be taking this part off. Go back. What does
This is
the
the part
first
she
two
added.
joints say? Now, I know that's what she added, but
Yeah, I just want to see.
Go to the right.
Okay. I know what his motive was, but I don't prove him right. Next. I have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Next. Bone was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. Next. So I felt I had to protect him. I mean, I don't
see what the autopsy could do. It's like, the only thing that she mentioned that she added was that the button was torn off, and she was just talking about motives and shit, so. And the fact that the button was torn off was during the fight is clearly a contradiction, so.
But she stabbed dude right there where the button's at. Couldn't do that with the plate right there. So it couldn't have been during the fight. It had to have been after she finished strangling dude.
So are you
I
actually
mean, but
gonna
either
work-
way, that's still a contradiction with the button, right?
Yeah.
What you mean?
The
You
fact
just said that
You
that,
just said what
like-
I said.
yeah, like if he was stabbed there, the button wasn't. Well, look at the autopsy. Strangled, and stabbed.
Strangled, then stabbed.
Did she say that he was stabbed first?
No, she didn't say anything about strangling.
You just said that the button was torn off while they were fighting.
That's all she said. The button was torn off while they were fighting, which is not true. It was not torn off while they were fighting.
Exactly.
Which is
Because
why I said we should present the picture that shows that it was torn off.
but that doesn't show it because of the picture what happened after everything happened. I mean, I just don't think that shows everything. I don't know. I don't think that really proves it.
Then present the button.
No, because the button doesn't say anything.
Then present the
Watch it actually
picture.
be-
Nigga, I think it's the autopsy, bruh.
What do you think, Darian? Like, what's
What
your
if it's
logic?
both and we're wasting our time?
I mean, that has been an option. Yeah.
Well, how about this? If you niggas want to do the picture first, do the picture first. But I think it's the autopsy, bruh.
Darian, Faith.
Let's do the photo. I
Yeah.
wanna be wrong. Yeah.
This
Bruh.
evidence clearly shows that I'm a dumbass. Please help me, Pops.
Shut the fuck up. No, hold this L.
That's a banger and a quarter.
Okay, now go ahead and present the autopsy and let Tables get his done.
Darian,
I mean, I could be wrong, but damn, will I
Sure.
ejaculate if I'm right?
ejaculation time.
Ejaculation.
This victim's autopsy report, it clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by scarf. This is a very small receipt that I have in my hand.
Wait, what, Faith?
I said, I thought you just said to stop with the paper, bro.
Oh, yeah, I did say
Okay.
that.
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. Well, that was because I was purposely being annoying.
And what the fuck does that mean?
Well, let's examine the evidence. All right, this
Oh, the
button has
button
the
would have worked
victim's blood
too.
on it,
Dang it.
No, it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have.
Oh.
which means that it was ripped off of the costume when?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly, which means, say it together now. It is impossible that this button was turned off during the victim's final struggle.
Now
Struggle.
that I'm looking back on it, it's kind of weird that the button doesn't work here.
The button should work here, but I don't know why it doesn't.
No, it might, but all the guide says is present Juan's autopsy report. It doesn't say anything about the button.
Now I feel compelled to like reload the save and try the button to see if it actually works.
Well, fuck no, because I didn't save before that.
Damn it.
Tables.
Because the victim was strangled to death in the fight. That's right, Miss Andrews, Mr. Andrews. I don't know. I don't discriminate. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. Bench.
What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was turned off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Your mom.
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We know now this button was not torn off during the fight, right? So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
To pin the crime.
Yes.
Haha.
There is only one logical reason for doing something like these, and it was to pin the crime on Mr. Cumguard.
Not come.
There is no way anyone would put a bloodied button in their own pants. Come on now.
Are you sure about that?
That's
I think those are
right.
called period
Mr.
pads.
Cumguard was set up by the real killer, of course. Ooh, I had to hit him with a
Blah 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 blah.
little dramatic pause.
And the real murderer is? Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
It's you, bruh.
Fade to
Obviously.
black. Finally. I
My
can't believe
time
I've
has
actually made
shined.
this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
Too late. I'm letting it down.
You got to put my pants down.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Ungard is.
Alright, guys.
BRC Salmon, guys.
No, dude.
It
It's
was
Matt on guard.
Tabs.
Yeah. Miss
Matt Ungard.
Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Corrida's killer.
your Pokemon.
Oh shoot, Pokemon crossover!
What? I like Pokemon.
Yeah, she's orgasmed so hard.
Order! Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Grave matter my ass, Black Lives Matter.
Any evidence? This thing is so quick to ask about fucking evidence in here. All the evidence is to Miss Andrews. Like, come on.
Catch up, Judge, catch up.
Preposterous, Brad.
Tee
You can't
up.
stick any of that shit on me.
I can stick.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then, what about this knife?
What about the knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death.
Mm-hmm.
It was used with those suspicion onto Mr. Ungard naturally. So, a knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Next.
Ah! Tis.
And she really went to. She just went to America's Beth today.
What about the button that was found in his kakama?
What about the button?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found the body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. Come on now.
He could be dumb, you know. Ah!
Damn, her glasses are getting destroyed, and her painted animation is going crazy.
And the only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's hakama, is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you. Yet again, Miss Andrews, want to try it again? This test about to get 8.
What about the empty guitar case?
My nigga. That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. Yep.
Thank you for reminding me. Ooh, shoot, sexy time.
The costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? Come on, bro. Could have only been the only person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you. Vine Boom Sound number 4. Adrian Andrews.
Down number 5.
She about to. Ooh, never mind.
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
Tisk, dumb nigga. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, man, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she just used a towel or some else in it. Anyways, next slide. The glass of tomato juice is a different story, alright? Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, that was a EMP car reference. She was the classic Days discoverer of the dead body.
Yeah!
Word, indeed, and word. Yeah, word. And to top it all off, there's this photo.
Back to back. We're gonna put her on suicide watch.
Yep, shout out Lada. You getting canceled tonight, lady. A photo of the killer as they exit the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him.
Yeah!
Look at you. Look at you.
Speaking of how tall people are,
Oh,
Miss
and
Andrews,
she's gonna. It's
you're
so
also
height,
kind of
too.
short in stature, are you not? Kind of a little midgety.
He is just destroying her.
Stop.
He is just like.
He said, "Fuck me,
It's
women,
mama
bro."
Demon time.
And you're
Massaging the hour.
This is what happens when you
how
kidnap Maya.
And guess what?
You get unfiltered Phoenix.
And your mentor hanged herself. Get bodied.
Okay.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Well, how about her, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Look at her whimper.
Lucifer.
Miss Andrews?
Miss Andrews.
I refuse to testify.
Bitch, shut up.
What was that? I didn't hear you say it again. What was that? What was that?
There's a law. I plead the 5th. Can't be forced to testify about something if it can be incriminate me.
Bro, Damon Gant tried this shit. Man, it was light work.
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What kind of shit? Pleading the 5th is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Fade to black. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ungard's room.
Adrian Andrews.
Yes.
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
All right.
Yeah, that was quite the scene to see. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this
That
idea
was
into her
phrased
head.
completely differently.
Can you say that again? Tables?
That was when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done?
What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
What's so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm
Don't
sure
make me
you
make you
realize that. I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
Oh my
Imagine.
gosh.
Everything you have proven is circumstantial,
And you're uncircumcised. How about that? What do you mean it's circumstantial?
and your mother loves it.
Ooh, that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, she loves all the bacteria and pus building up.
What the?
He like, I guess she does love hood niggas.
That was a bar. That was a bar. That was a bar.
Thank you. I already wrote it down.
That's terrible.
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did indeed, in fact, harbor a wish to murder Mr. Carita.
Put that whack ass light blue background on for you, cuz you don't deserve that.
Exactly.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida?
Bro, Judge, what do you think she's gonna...
I believe this may lead me to incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
This judge needs to be fired
But,
immediately.
Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Darian, no shit. He's written like this on purpose.
I'm just clowning him, that's all.
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove other way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. Shaking my damn head.
Oh, we're gonna figure it out.
No, all caps. She's taking that defiant attitude again. This is awful.
Single
Mia,
mothers be like...
what should we do? Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true. That's bullshit.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
My lord. Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and defense look further into this matter,
Man, he just hungry.
and that tomorrow's trial...
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
All right,
Maya's
Phoenix,
dead.
act up time.
Fade to black. We don't have tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... The fuck up. Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial? Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. I don't even know why you bullshitting. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
Edris is like Maya.
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Up my ass.
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you?
It's true, Miss Andrew holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a dead body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
so my actions are unusual, but I've already.
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Ooh, this nigga's some different shit. I don't know what it is about Edward today, but I can't get a good read off of him.
But you've been reading my mind 100%.
Let's
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
Open that mouth.
When I found the body,
A glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw the messy state it was in. In one, he was sitting slumped over there and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
She should honestly just go to jail for this.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know, man. Edward, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Now then, we go.
that glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself.
You know the vibes. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you?
In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen.
Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Don't tell me what to do.
UNCC.
I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state.
I'm sure. Next.
And one, he was just sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
Oh, who can press that? Come on now. You know that nigga was gone. You saw the blood. Slumped over.
Yes, just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed, just vibing, you know. Looked like he was kind of sleeping, dozing off a bit.
You didn't notice the knife in his chest? Oh,
That
gosh.
right there sounded a little odd. Had to have seen the knife. Shall we show?
When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind.
Hold on, bro. Fuck all the reading shit.
No.
Exactly.
Go back.
Fuck me.
Alright. Honestly, present. I'm ready to present, bro.
What are we presenting?
The photo where the nigga is dead. It's too clear. There's blood. The knife is still sticking in him.
I mean, I guess if you look at the photo.
Couldn't possibly miss that shit.
I mean, besides the vase, the rest of the room they said was, you know, in a frenzy. So, yeah.
But look at where look at where the glass is, right?
Mhm.
She had to have gone around the front to even put that there. Had to have seen the shit. Come on.
No, I saw him from the back where there's no door.
I think that's what it is.
Let's do it. We got all the help in the
Faith.
world.
I kind of wanted to hear the rest of the story, but go ahead and present.
We don't need the rest of the story. The rest
I
of the
guess
story means
we
nothing.
do.
Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow you.
He cleared. Oh shit.
You don't sound very sure, bitch.
I sound very sure, and I still think it is it.
So we're gonna hear the rest of the story, right?
Oh fuck.
Like I won.
What story does she have to tell? Like, she's already a dead woman walking.
And Juan, he was sitting. Oh fuck.
I guess we gotta press everything. Go back
Wait,
and press the
what?
thing we didn't press.
Oh my god, if I had to press it there, I'm literally gonna fucking kill a nigga. It's definitely the crime photo. It's literally on the nose, because that's all she was talking about. I
But
read what
maybe
she said.
she's gotta add information to her statement. Maybe she gotta do it.
Go ahead, press up then. I don't think that's gonna happen. What did cross your mind?
Literally happens 50%.
You dumb blonde?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost. You know, salty nigga. Then after he felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nice ass nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
Bro.
The
An explanation like this would have gotten her bird off the airship already.
Yeah, we would have
Yeah,
gotten
we're
this
not
bitch
doing
out,
it.
honestly.
Well, yeah,
Right there is where we say it.
Well, you know,
Alright.
the airship isn't a quite fun fact.
Wait, what you say?
Nah, I was just saying that's where I should have put the photo next. Anyway,
Did-
press up. Y'all want to press, right?
Did y'all?
You want
I
to
don't
try
want
it
to
again?
press. I want to lose all the health in the world.
Well,
Okay,
Darren's on my
well,
side. What's up with you?
Yeah, go back and do it. Go ahead.
No, we don't gotta go back. It's right there.
Oh, it's there?
Mhm.
I thought it was here.
It's right there. Right there. That's the target. Right there.
Yep.
Aim.
Let's go.
Shoot.
Y'all agree?
Yeah, go ahead.
Facts.
Crime photo.
Tables, you were one statement off. If you did it on the right
I
statement, you
figured.
would
Had
have
to have
instantly
been.
got it.
Fucking had to been. So you honestly
Would've
didn't
fucking
think he was
got it.
there when
It
you
was
found him?
it was the last 3 statements that you needed to do this on.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
Nah.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
Ah!
What is the meaning of this?
No, he's
Isn't
sleeping,
it
bruh.
fucking
He's
obvious,
sleeping.
Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Curtis' chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that he was a dead man, alright?
He's sleeping, bruh. That's well, you see.
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalant, you go pour something to drink. My ass. And
Your point is?
fuck. Miss Andrews. Your testimony just now? It was all one giant ass lie. I didn't even want to hear the rest of it.
No, my
Yeah,
God.
Oh, her
Where's
shit's
the
broke again.
And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer.
Look at her.
No, it just gets smaller. Nice lie.
I win, bye bye.
It looks like the
This can't be
defense has
happening.
somehow brought the ugly truth to light.
What am I even fighting for?
The defendant, Mr. Matt Emgard, is not guilty after all.
Yes, sir. Maya lives today.
That's like the
But
second
that's
time
impossible.
I had it and
You're
just put it in the
wrong.
wrong spot.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
Like,
I'm only sentencing you to death.
it wasn't me. I tell you, I didn't do it. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. That bitch ass nigga.
But you were the one who refused to testify. What's up with that? And your reason for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because
Miss
So
Andrews,
not-
I will give you one last chance.
Oh my god, this nigga wanna hit so bad.
Simp.
What exactly are you hiding that might incriminate you?
I'm the killer. Let's go.
I refuse to testify because
Get her ass out of here. And there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Angard's innocence has clearly been demonstrated.
Is it over? Did I win? Have we found the truth at last?
Watch her not actually be the killer.
What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. This is a little different. Nah, think about it. This is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Angard.
Larry, please. Oh my God.
Just saw his eyes blink.
Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it will be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
Keep changing your mind, bro.
What?
This nigga wants to cock Jesus so bad. He
The
knows the
reason-
situation.
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak about the absolute real truth.
Oh, she's
He's
not
spitting
there.
mad facts right now.
The absolute real truth? What are you?
Witness, do you understand yet?
Hmm?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head,
Von
but as
Karma.
long as you protect yourself through silence, Matt Angard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
Oh, poor baby.
It's Francisco von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrew lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Damn.
Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Madame Garb will be acquitted. Shit. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in the words right now and is clinging onto them.
Good lord.
Von Karma's not here though.
Then what the fuck should we do? Yes, this is the
Doesn't
first
matter if she's
time
here or not,
or
Faith.
anything like this.
Yeah, Von Karma, dead as hell.
Miss
She's in
Andrews
the
has to be the
hospital,
killer,
but-
right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority right now, alright?
Yeah, I don't care if she dies, if she... It wasn't me, I'm begging you. Don't... Please believe me. I didn't kill him. Help, please. Someone help me.
Mr. Wright?
Larry Butts comes to save the day.
What you want, bro?
The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. Fuck, I said that so wrong. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Ooh, bars.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right?
Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Shit.
Alright, so,
Is there an instant game over coming up?
yes.
Faith, stop being scared.
Listen, alright. This is what Phoenix is gonna do. He's gonna be like, send her to the principal's office and have her expelled.
I mean, all we want is the not guilty shit because, I mean, fuck, if we can go there one day to prove that she's wrong, I mean, we could do that, but we just need that nigga to not be guilty.
How about we force Andrews to testify?
Nice.
Because she's spitting mad facts right now.
I'm
Faith?
kind of... Not really sure what the right thing to do is either, honestly. Like, I'm a Phoenix right now.
Oh, Faith,
I
here's what I think, right? Your opinion doesn't matter.
Anyway, I want the not guilty, obviously too, but then like I kind of want to know what she, what she hiding. Like,
I think what she's hiding.
go
is
ahead.
the true the
One day, I'm just gonna mute
the
Darian
second-
for the
second-
entire
second
recording and
option,
not
bro,
consider
the second
his.
option. The second
I can actually
option,
do it right now.
bro. The second option is the answer. How do y'all not see it?
Yeah, let's force Andrews to testify.
Darian, can I ask you something real quick, please? Just stop.
Yes.
Stop wasting my time. Like I'm saying this in the most kind way possible. Like if you feel like you know what we should do, then just say that. That would make things so much easier.
All right. Second option.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
first one up.
Tables, you said the second option, or the
I
first
didn't,
option?
but fuck
He
it.
said the first.
Oh, what
option.
didn't what did you choose? Oh, what did you choose? God damn it, I'm fucking.
He said not guilty. So yeah.
That's what I said. But alas, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna make us testify some shit either way. So let's just go.
Also, there is no health bar, so I don't think it matters.
You are right.
Well,
After what a complete acquittal today, there's no way around that one. But I can't bring myself to do it like these. Not when she's making a face like that.
I was gonna say something to
Right.
counter that, but Darian, but I didn't want to bring something up again. So
Is it one of
It's
those
Andrews.
things where you have to get this? Well, it will lead to the same direction. I'm guessing.
And shit, I would like to know what you were really hiding.
it's okay. If you picked request not guilty, then Edgeworth would have talked Phoenix into doing it anyway. The reason I don't tell y'all when there's no health risk involved is because I want to keep y'all alert so that y'all don't know which choices matter.
Basically, it was a thou shall must type of situation. But
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Ungar will get an acquittal, but in this place you would be found. But in this place you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Be quiet! How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
God damn.
That's enough.
Shut up.
I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
What's that in Japanese? Shigao or something?
What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
Pulls out a gun.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Stop!
Mr. Edgeworth.
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
Oh shoot, she got herpes.
What?
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop!
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
Jesus Christ.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
Crazy part is she
that-
said that if we brought it up.
She would kill herself.
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nation of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Good lord, you don't have to call her pitiful. I mean,
Distributor of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Isn't codependency an actual mental illness?
I don't think it's
Sounds like it.
specifically a mental illness, but it is something mentally ill people do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Please stop, I beg you. People find out. People find out. Don't jump off a building, brat.
If you're going to
did it
say
for
you would
yourself.
choose death, that is no concern to me.
Bruh.
good lord, there are anti-suicide in this.
That is,
Andrew, how can you be so cold?
however, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do.
Damn. But, like, we're gonna
So-
earn this T rating.
Will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me.
Okay.
I'll talk, but please help me.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Nothing matters anymore.
A lot of people get really upset at Edgeworth for that, and I don't fully blame them, but the circumstances call for it, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
When I first saw him, really, I thought he had fainted, honestly. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife, ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Inconvenience.
Earlier when Phoenix was just going in on Adrian, it was like, damn, y'all thought he was on demon time.
Stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? Certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth.
The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time.
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime.
Oh shit, what? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright,
Phoenix, catch up.
please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
What are we cross-examining?
There's no...
We're cron-
When I first saw him... You know what? I'm just gonna save all the time. You're supposed to press everything on this one specifically, so I'm just gonna do it.
Oh my, why? Why don't we just press the part where she... Man, okay.
What do you mean?
Like,
we gotta hear all the
No, it doesn't matter.
But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf was just a part of the Gemma Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan.
What is this plan you had? Oh no.
I knew right away that the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought, should forge some evidence and pin the crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
First thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
Okay.
Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made my dash back to Matt's room.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the crime scene.
And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button.
We love body tampering.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps thinking about it now. What a horrible thing I did. but at the time I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. And when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. I used the button somehow. I could make Matt look even more sus.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Unguard's Hakama?
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, don't they?
Just when I finished and I was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience.
I peed myself.
An inconvenience?
Shit my pants. There was a woman with the camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta.
Dang.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
That's Miss Oldback for you.
I had already been caught and made to a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it in Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. OnGuard's room and planted the button?
In the Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. And I snuck out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does this all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt on guard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
Vine boom sound effect.
Everyone's just quiet.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful.
Still
However,
bullshit?
as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. Hold up. Damn, I ain't
Right.
Shut the fuck up!
It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But
Shut the fuck up!
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Why'd you move so far back?
Sorry, I had to do something.
Oh. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
She gonna be in jail for 20 years.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Better give
Damn.
her that.
Maya's actually
Dang,
gone,
that had some
dog.
extra reverb on it.
Yeah.
Maya's actually gone. Oh, he's gone. Look at the chair.
Damn, he's dead as hell.
So is Maya.
What shoes he got on? Cry
Correct.
about it.
Cry about
today's
it.
trial it's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
Or at least a year. What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about it. Although I don't remember it at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room?
That day?
Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I might have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to the murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness! That card! Give it to me. Hurry!
There's a
Edward?
bomb in it.
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
I mean, she was kind of
I
playing with it during
didn't
the.
mean to.
What is this all about? I never seen Edward so emotional before. But that was a PSA 10, bruh.
There's a
Needed that
bomb
shit.
in this card.
Bomb threat.
That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean?
Damn, we gotta wait another day for that.
Brother.